veins.
Yeah.
His arteries are beating, and you can see it. But he's a good guy. You know, I think all of Ireland has taken him like under their wing, and he's doing good, and he's got a good attitude. You know, some guys that come along, you see attitude in them. You don't see it with him. Hopefully. So
well, you know, and he most recently was, you know, not too long ago over there at Steve Kern's place. I mean, Steve Kern's really got the premier facility, man. I'm telling you.
Man, if I were breaking into this business, there was nothing like that when I was getting in, you know, and that just makes it so, I mean, you got a direct line straight to the WWE, and you're getting trained by guys who are there every day. I mean, if you don't make it and you don't get good there, then you just suck.
Right. And the bottom line is it's sanctioned and paid for and endorsed, and, you know, it's by Vince. You know, Vince is the one that brought all the TV in. Vince is the one that I think paid for all the, you know, all the rings and stuff like that, and Kern runs it. But, I mean, you know, it's basically AAA for Vince.
It's a farm system. You know, and it's a direct outlet for everybody in WWE to see how these guys are progressing. And, I mean, you look at the guys that are coming out of it now. Drew McIntyre, I think he won the Intercontinental title the same day. He came from there. Sheamus came from there. They're two of your top champs right now.
DiBiase's kid came from there.
DiBiase, Dusty's son, Cody.
Henning?
I mean, a lot of guys are coming out of there now.
How about the kid the guy that passed away last week? What was it?
The Samoan. The Samoan?
Was it Icky?
Oh, yeah, Eki. Maga.
Were you close with him at all, Adam?
Yeah. He was a really good buddy. You know, he's just a big, like all Samoan people, they're just really friendly, like teddy bears, you know?
Right.
Super guy. Him and it was funny. I was flipping through my phone last night, and I took these pictures of one time when we teamed. He was out in the ring, and he had no idea I was doing this. So I was in the back, and I took a Sharpie, and I put Canada across, because he had Samoa across his stomach, right? Mm-hmm. Then I put my hair up in, like, Simmons up, and I painted a tribal maple leaf on my face. And I came out barefoot. So he's in the ring, and he sees me slide under it. I was doing his whole Samoan thing, and he goes, "Oh, man." And he turned to the corner and just started cracking up right out of character. But, you know, it's cool because I got memories like that.
Yeah, I've heard, you know, he just wrestled, you know, he was with Terry and the guys over there in Australia.
Yeah.
And he just gotten back and then passed away. Terry was really tore up because they kind of hung out a little bit, and it's just sad. It's just sad that happened.
Yeah, I know. He called me the night before, too, you know, and I wish I had saved the message, but you don't think that.
No.
You know, you don't think it at all, but, yeah, that one hit pretty close, because he was a really good buddy.
Man, I saw Undertaker's latest Sunday night in the pay-per-view tables, ladders and chairs, whatever the hell it's called. And I think who the hell was he working? He was working Batista. Man, that old timer can still work his ass off, can he?
I don't know how he does it. I really don't. You know, and it's weird. You get in there with him too, and that dude's moving. Like he is moving.
I saw him a couple times slide in. He had to do a couple slide ins and again snap up to his feet. And I mean, you know, I was like, wow. I mean, that guy. I mean, he still got it. And I still think to this day, man, he's got the best all time entrance gimmick / music of all time. Just his timing, and I mean he's got it down, and I mean the guy's money. I love that guy.
Yeah, it's the first time I was standing in the ring for it, and he's coming down, and you get caught up in it.
Yeah.
And they're going, oh wow, I'm supposed to be in character, but I'm watching this thing like a little kid.
Like I was just in the back, and he was telling me, to pipe down a little bit because he runs the show back. Now I gotta do a job for him.
I just miss Paul Bearer.
Yeah, I miss Paul Bearer. But Paul Bearer was creepy. Like Paul Bearer could have been touching kids in the back or something.
Paul Bearer.
Ooh, Percy Pringle.
Now, have you ever gone over on Mark, or has he always buried you?
No, actually, I think I beat him for the title twice, so he's always been good to me.
I mean, it's true though. In the back, man. Nobody goes against the Taker. I mean, the Taker, isn't the unspoken rule that Taker runs the show?
He's big on respect, you know, and if he respects your work ethic and he respects, your attitude and all of those things, man, you're good with him. And him and I have always been good, and that's why he's, put me over for the title twice, is he knows that, I'm gonna bust my ass every time I'm in there, and I'm not going to get an attitude about it. And I think that goes a long way with him.
Taker saved my ass one time. It was a dark match. Imagine that at the Sundome, and I was doing something with Briscoe. And remember the Mean Street Posse? Remember those guys? Remember those guys that were Shane's buddies? And it was a dark match, Willie, and Briscoe had me out getting pummeled by these two jobbers, the Mean Street guys. So Pat Patterson's back there telling me that I'm getting ready to get jobbed out and get crushed, and all of a sudden Mark goes, "Pat, you're gonna bury Bubba in his own hometown?" And then Pat goes, "No, as a matter of fact, Calloway, we're thinking about him doing double clothesline and going over." And then Calloway started laughing. He just started laughing. He goes, "I love screwing with people." So he goes, "Looks like you're going over, kid, so don't mess it up." I go, "Thanks, Mark."
Yeah, that is don't mess it up.
Yeah, don't mess it up, kid. But anyway, man, hey, when can we expect you back working? What are the rehab guys saying?
I don't know yet. I'm gunning for the first quarter of 2010, but I don't know. I guess it's still too soon to tell. That's the stupid thing with this injury. And because they told me anywhere from 6 months to a year.
Right.
Year being worse, 6 months being everything goes perfect. But I don't think anybody expects 6 months.
Right.
But of course, you tell me 6 months, I'm thinking 6 months. So that'd be awesome. But I guess I got to go to Andrews again, and they'll tell me, okay, well, you can. I'm not in the ring yet, so I got to get in the ring to see how this thing is going to hold up.
Now, will you go down to Steve's place if you're getting close? Will you go down to Steve's place and just work for a couple weeks and grab a hold of some guys and just try to do some stuff to see how because being able to walk and run around is far different than having to work.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I feel good for everyday life, but getting in there is a whole different ball game. And plus, I'm going to be so out of ring shape that is not even funny. So I'm going to get a couple guys that I trust and get in there and just kind of start jumping around and running around and see how it holds up, and then I'll know more from there.
Now, on your finish, what's your finish, Edge?
Spear.
Oh, okay, spear. Now, well, you got to really.
Or I'm lying there getting pinned. That's my usual finish.
Your finish is looking at the lights usually.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously you probably push off you push off your toes and push off your, the ball of your foot. So that's all Achilles, isn't it?
Man, everything I do, and I didn't realize how much. Like every time you throw a drop kick, every time you jump, anytime I do a big boot, I base off of my bad foot now. Every little thing, whether it's picking a guy up, it's the base for everything. Is your feet, your legs, and your knees.
And I mean, you had one of the worst blowouts. Not talking about your ex-wife, but one of the worst blowouts of your Achilles ever, haven't you?
Yeah.
I love getting little digs on.
Yeah,
I love getting little digs on Adam. He can roll with it so good.
None of them were fun blowouts.
Yeah, no, none of them were fun blowouts. But hey, man, don't be a stranger. When you come back to town, we'd love to see you, buddy. You know that.
Yeah, I'd love to get down there. I mean, I'm going to be down there now. We're up here for about a month, and then after that, I'll be down there just rehabbing my ass off to get back. So I'll be down there.
That's something Ned's interested in. You're interested in the rehabbing the ass off, Ned?
Maybe some deep tissue?
Right, some deep tissue ass off.
Well, some would say I already rehabbed my ass off because I barely have one, but I think it's cute, personally.
Oh, you don't have that nice... I thought you had that nice little athletic bubble butt Edge going on.
Does.
It's getting there now from sitting around.
All right, my man. Hey, Edge, don't be a stranger. We love you, buddy. And better yet, tell your girl we said hi and Merry Christmas to you, kiddo.
Will do. You guys too, all right?
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
Bye, buddy. I could talk to that guy all day. I love him. Yeah, he's quite the looker, too, and
he is.
Kind of a Geico, kind of caveman.
He's a man's man.
He is a man's man. He would have fought that bear barehanded.
He would have won, too.
Probably would have. It's Bubba the Love's Fun Show. I'm going to call my son next. I got Edge out of the way, Spice. I got Tyler and evals if I have time, but I got to try to get out of here as fast as we can.